This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios.
Hello and welcome to Hypno Wellness. I'm your host, Cindy Brainerd, a retired hygienist and certified hypnotherapist. Today, we're diving into a topic that's key to achieving your goals, staying motivated and pushing through challenges. We've all had those days when it's hard to keep going, but my guests today are experts in the art of rising, grinding, and staying on track. I'm joined by my cousin, a fitness guru and creator of Rise and Grind Facebook community, along with his friend, Tommy Wetchen, the owner of Gamers and Geeks and Diamond Championship Wrestling. Together, we'll explore their journeys, their tips for staying consistent, and how to maintain the mental and physical energy needed to achieve your fitness and wellness goals. Now, before we dive in, just a quick note. Our audio may not be up to studio perfect, and you may hear my husband pop in for lunch, but the heart and passion are definitely here. With that, let's get started. Hello, and welcome to Hypno Wellness, and I've got my cousin Jimmy with me again here today. You've heard it from him in the last month or two, and I just wanted to bring him back on again because he's got some great motivation. He's got that rise and grind. He also has a friend with him today, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with y'all. So let you introduce yourself again.
Hey, Cindy, glad to be back again. So we've updated our little Facebook page. We're calling it Rise and Grind now, and it includes daily motivational videos, just helping my followers get their butt out of bed and do what they need to do. It's been very impactful to me. It's been kind of like my therapy, my motivation. And it's starting to gain traction. I got Tommy Wetchen here with us today. Say hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
So, Tommy, what do you do?
What do? I do all kinds of things. So my name's Tommy Wetchen. I own Gamers and Geeks in Mobile. We're the largest game store in the Southeast. We're 26,500 square feet of a large gaming facility. I'm an entrepreneur, and I have my hands in many type of businesses and stuff. And a while back, a friend of mine passed away, and Jimmy was a mutual friend, and we started talking. And after we started talking, I started seeing a lot more of his stuff on my news feed, and it was very motivating. And the more we talked, the more I became inspired by what he was doing, and we've kind of joined up, and I've been on this rise and grind journey with old Jimmy.
Jimmy is a really good motivator, I tell you what. So Jimmy, the name of your page, Rise and Grind, is so motivating. What inspired you to start the Rise and Grind movement, and what does it mean to you?
Really, it's just the little conversations that I was having in the back of my head, motivating myself to get up and out of bed. At the end of the day, I knew what I needed to do. I just needed to have the drive to do it. And one of the best things for me was, self-reflection and self-coaching. So these videos and all the little quotes I say are things that I'm telling myself each and every day to get my butt out of the bed. So that's what I started doing, and it's seeming to catch on, you guys.
And Tommy, with you?
So I like to play the contrast of it. I think that, some people are turned off by motivational, positive type things,
yeah.
but it's self-motivation or just motivation or being a positive thinker is always a great thing. So we've kind of started collabing on some content for his stuff. So Jimmy is very happy and motivated and pep talk, and I am the quote unquote tired morning person, and it's been playing very well, and we're gaining more followers and traction with that. So that's just kind of what we've been doing lately.
Yeah, we sure have. It started off, it was just supposed to be 2 or 3 days a week, and it has turned into an everyday thing. Yeah. We kind of mesh well together. We're kind of like yin and yang. We're opposites, but at the same time we're the same. We got the same issues. We've been through a lot of the same things. He looks forward to our rise and grinds in the morning. Same thing here. I look forward to the shit he gives me here and there.
I think that it's a great contrast between the two of you because, you know, you're the slower one. Like, I'm not going to get up in the morning. But Jimmy, he motivates you to get up and rise and grind and do that thing. And I think that's amazing. So what are your top strategies to keep people motivated? Like somebody like him. And then I'm going to redirect that question.
For one, I think comedy. I think people like content. I
Yes.
think that, why do I enjoy going to the gym more now than I did before? Because I would go before because I needed to, but maybe not as much of a frequency or whatnot. And I think it's because I'm having fun. And what is making this fun? We're still lifting weights, we're still doing this, but here's somebody where if you look at him would think that he would be, maybe stuck up or egotistical. He's 220 pounds of muscle. However, he's the smiliest, most
Yes.
goofiest person ever, and we just go in there and have fun. Like,
That's great.
it doesn't feel like work whenever it's fun. So I think bringing that comedy and stuff like that's infectious. Whenever people can tell that you're having fun, that's infectious, and we can positively affect people through
Yeah,
that.
I think Jimmy is a great motivator when it comes to that. He has that Brainerd humor.
Yeah, not everybody gets it, but it's definitely entertaining. And that's what we try to do. We try to touch somebody each and every day. And it starts with the little things, the eye contact, the smiling. You see somebody over there kicking their own butt. Hell, I'll go over there and talk to them and say, hey, man, you're looking good over here. Keep up the good work. The next thing you know, that person's coming to the gym more and more often. Just, it could be something you said. Maybe it's not. But it's good to spread that love, that energy, and that connection that we all should have anyway.
That's right. And I think with you owning Gamers and Geeks, you kind of have a connection with people that kind of have that, they're a little bit shy, they're a little bit, and then when somebody like Jimmy comes along and motivates people, and he's inclusive to people too. I think that's so important.
And that's kind of what I'm doing is I'm the bridge between those two, right?
That's
I'm
amazing.
like,
Yes.
I say I hate you, Jimmy, but I obviously don't hate him. He's at my house often,
Yeah.
and we meet every morning. If I really hated him, I wouldn't spend my
Yeah.
time doing it, right? But I'll take a picture with him, and he's all
Right.
smiles, and I'm just mean mugging it, and so we just sit there and play jokes on each other, or pick back and forth. But sometimes that's what people need to laugh or to have fun or to get things done, and we're just showing that dynamic, and we have plans for the future on how to grow that dynamic to even higher forms.
Oh, that's going to be great. I can't wait to see it. I see it every morning. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping up with the amount of stuff that you do your little job, and then you have like a little motivational thing before. I think that is amazing. So
Yeah.
what role does mindset play in achieving fitness goals? What do you think? We talked a little about that, like you're the one that doesn't want to get up in the morning, and then you're the one that does. So how does your mindset,
I think, I think there's lots of ways to get stuff done. And you can do it by looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself you can do this. You can, get angry about something, like this thing at work made me upset, so now I'm going to go lift weights, and that can be extremely healthy, right? Like, that gets it out of your system, and it turns, a negative into a positive, so there's a ton of ways to still reach your same goal. And I think that, we do that to show people that there's different ways to achieve that, and for fun and for content.
Yeah. Mindset's everything. It's just making that decision just to do it. Whatever way you got to figure out to do it, just do it, whether it's through laughter, humor, motivation, getting mad about it, whatever. Just freaking do it. Doesn't matter how you do it, just do it.
That's right. I like the mental, like visualization. I like to picture myself how I want to look. That's my mindset, is how I want to look, how I want to feel. Like, I don't want to feel angry. So I like to exercise, and
That's a great point, is like, visualizing, and then how you want to feel, because typically I am a positive person. I'm a glass half full type person, and but every once in a blue moon, it's the glass half empty. So Jimmy experienced today where someone that I thought was a very good friend of mine did something that wasn't very friendly. And it's okay. So I just worked it out in the gym. And that's the first time he's seen me do that, where instead of just, laughing and joking and lifting weights and stuff, I kind of had a serious face on and lifted more weights, right? And he was like, wow, I've never seen you like this. And it's not something that happens very often, but every once in a while, it can be therapy for you, right? Because afterwards, I felt like I got that problem out. Yeah. Right? Yeah, like I was definitely. Like, okay, I left it in the weight room, So I think mindset has a lot to do with it. I always try to be positive or, glass half full. And there was a small point in my life where it was glass half empty. And it was just because I was in a negative spot. And so there's a book. I don't remember the name of the book, so I'm not gonna butcher it, but basically it's a challenge, and I have yet to complete this challenge, and I challenge everybody in here to do it. Jimmy can probably do it because I hate it. But the challenge is that you're not allowed to have a negative thought for a week, and just 7 days straight, which doesn't sound that hard, but if you do have a negative thought, you have to start over. Okay, so but the point being that, looking at the bright side of things. So, recently I've ran into a lot of challenges with life, right? Like everybody does. And whenever that happens, what is the learn? What is the takeaway, right? Well, my lesson was this, right? Or I need to not do this. Or okay, so I guess this person didn't really value me as much as I value them, right? So but to try to find the positive in every situation, I watch Jimmy and he'll trip or break something, or just something will happen, and he'll just laugh about it.
He will laugh.
He just laughs, and that has been good for me, because sometimes there is something small, right? And it's like, oh dang it, I spilt my milk or something, and he just laughs and makes fun of himself. And that is, I've always had that kind of ha ha ha, mindset. I have Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy and Jackass tattooed on me, so I've always had that, kind of funny sense of humor, but he's really brought that in as to just laugh, it's okay and stuff. So I think if anyone could complete that challenge, I think he could do it, because he's already so close.
We challenge you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to read more. That's for
I'm
sure.
I'm gonna read that book. I'm gonna have to find out what it is, and we'll have to link it too, and so people can read it. But so your affirmation that you have that rise and grind, I really like that.
Okay.
I do. Except for this morning when I didn't rise and grind, but I had to shower before you came.
It's contagious, Cindy. You just gotta flip that switch in the back of your head and just I'll rub off on you.
Yeah, that's right. So, you have your rise and grind and you go every day. Do you feel like you need to rest, or do you feel like you can keep going?
So, yes and no. So, when we're going to the gym and we're rising and grinding, we're not killing ourselves every day. Yeah, some days we're in there, going crazy. Not crazy, but, hardcore. But a lot of times it's just going through the motions of showing up, doing your stretches, doing your abs, doing your cardio. It's not really we're in there, doing crazy stuff that you guys may think. It's setting our routine and tricking our minds to making us be able to do more than what we think we can do. So it's just getting there, showing up, doing a little bit, checking in, I guess you could say, then handling the rest of your day. But to me, if I don't go at least, every other day, I don't feel it's a part of me. It's something I have to do. It makes me me.
Do you feel that motivates you too, because you're like the one that doesn't want to get up?
Well, so I'll be real. It is the best part of my day. So I was going after work, and I had a personal trainer, and I would go, I think, 3 days a week. And after work, it's mentally
Yeah,
taxing,
yes.
it's physically taxing, and I would take, like a pre-workout that had caffeine in it, and then I wouldn't be able to sleep, and then I'd wake up and have to go to work and repeat the next process, and it was just draining, so draining. And now I get up early, and I start the day with that, and, it's like, everyone has that chore that they hate to do, right? Maybe it's doing dishes or folding laundry or something like that, and it's almost like getting that chore done. But the difference is that it became so much not getting it done, but enjoying it, right? At first it became, well, I'm going to get this out of the way because this is something I need to do. And now it's slowly become the best part of my day because we make it fun. We make jokes. We're like, oh, we just got these muscles because, we're influencers, But back to his point is that, is it tiring? Yeah. But really the only part that's tiring is just at 4 when the alarm kicks off, right? Like, I could lay here for another 30 minutes. But, like you get up and you go do the thing. And there's days when you feel it and you're just like, yeah. And then there's other days where you don't feel that much. And what I like about Jimmy is he's very like open to the amount of weight that's lifted or the mindset or what your body is. So, if you're feeling heavy, lift heavy. If you're feeling light, lift light. If you're not feeling light, I hurt my arm at work. So we did legs and then abs or something. We just did other things. And then when we got back to arms, just did lightweight. And I was like, ooh, this particular exercise isn't working for me. I was like, okay, we'll try something else, right? Like, but it's more of a commitment to yourself. Yeah. And it's more of a promise to yourself. Yeah. And I think that's what means the most out of it. It's more that, this is something I'm going to do for myself. And it's prioritizing you that little bit of time and your body. It's almost like something that you do for yourself, like, a self-care type thing that you're doing, and it's showing your self-respect and self-discipline, and that's the biggest takeaway, I believe.
Yeah, Jimmy probably hates me because I use 5-pound weights, but I do 5 pounds until I exhaust.
No, I use 5-pound weights. Yeah. Cindy, it's shoulders like lateral raises. Yeah. I finish with the 5s. Yeah, you'll see me at the gym and laugh your ass off, but it's not about the weight. Yeah, I use 5 and 10.
Yeah, and there's oftentimes on the cable. Thing.
It's the minimum weight.
Yeah. We'll have that, and we'll just do a ton of them right until we're tired. Like it doesn't have to be 1,000,000 pounds. Yeah.
Especially shoulders, you go light. So
I try. I don't like. I want my arms to be. I don't want that.
Well, I guess you're going to be on the next episode of Rise and Grind. That's right. We'll get you. We'll show up in the caravan. We'll kidnap you. We'll get you going.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out on this journey?
Just get there. Start.
It's baby steps. One foot in front of the other. Mm-hmm. Don't push yourself as far as, don't feel like you have to go there and be there for 2 hours. Sometimes you may go work out for 15, 20 minutes and be like, man, I am just hurting, or I am tired, or something like that. And then just go lay in the hydro massage, or or just go home, but to go every day starts to build a confidence within you, and then build upon that, right? The days that you feel it, get it. The days that you don't feel it, show up. That means so much. So if you can start it and make it a pattern, what's the rule? If you can do something for 3 weeks and you can make it a pattern or a habit.
Yeah, if you can make it a habit. It was
12 times. You do something 12 times, it becomes a habit.
Yeah. So if you can just start doing that, make it a habit. Once it becomes a habit, right? Your intensity, it's like, eating or anything, right? Like sometimes you just may eat an orange, right? Yeah. And then sometimes you have Thanksgiving and you throw down 4 plates, right? So the intensity can change from something small to a lot, but the consistency of that is important.
Yeah, I think that's important too with food. You should enjoy your food. You should not be scared of food.
We definitely enjoy food.
Not be scared of it. And the scarcity too. You can do what is it, the 5-2, where every day you eat, your certain amount of calories and all that kind of stuff. And then on 2 days, you kind of cut those calories in half.
Yeah.
So it's like feast and famine. Like there's a whole bunch of different little things
whatever
out
works.
there.
Everybody's different. I'm not a nutritionalist, neither is Tommy, but you just find a plan that works for you, stick with it. If it doesn't work, change it. Everybody's different, but listen to your body.
That's right.
Don't starve yourself to death. Yeah. A lot of people do the fasted working out and stuff like that. That may be great for some of you guys, but I will pass out. You guys will have to call an ambulance and lift me up off the floor because this boy likes to eat.
So I'll plagiarize some people. Jim Rohn is an inspirational speaker, the first one that I ever listened to, and he said that the difference between successful people and not is just a few small changes every day, right?
That's great.
And
that is awesome.
I love Jim Rohn so much. Like I've listened to him for 2 decades.
I'll have to
Yeah,
I don't know him. I know a lot of them, but
he's so great. But he said that it's choices, right? So like the choice between we'll say an apple and a candy bar. Eating an apple is not hard. Right? But eating the candy bar is easier and it gives you instant gratification, right? And even eating a candy bar is not bad, but what's bad is making that choice at a high frequency for 10 years, right? That's when you're in trouble. So you can do apple, candy bar, apple, and you're completely fine. Don't beat yourself up, right? Don't do anything like that, right? Like that's just completely fine. It's the same thing with the gym. You can go hard at the gym and then one day easy at the gym, and that's completely fine, there's no need to beat yourself up. So, doing doing those things isn't too difficult, right? Like it's just the other is easier, right? So just try to make the better choice the majority of the time.
That's right.
Everyday matters.
So I love the community that you're building. Every day I see more and more and more people joining. What kinds of things do you see in the future for? I know you were talking a little bit about doing more.
Are we going to give them the spoilers? You want to give them the spoilers?
Uh-oh.
Is this spoiler?
I would give a little snippet. That way you guys got something to look forward to.
So let's just say that right now I hate Jimmy. And he's the one dragging me to the gym and so on and so forth. But eventually the script will be flipped.
Yes, it will be.
Oh, wow. That's going to be really interesting.
Yes.
So do y'all can we find you on TikTok? Can we find you on Instagram? Where can we find you?
We're not big on TikTok yet. Tommy does not have TikTok. I've got a TikTok, but it's, I'm an old man. I don't know what I'm doing. You'll find a couple videos on there, but you'll probably make fun of me. I got the Instagram Gym Nerd, JYMNERD, but right now it's going to be mainly the Facebook, my regular personal Facebook page, Jimmy Brainerd, or the Rise and Grind page. You guys, that's a private page. We will be doing a YouTube channel pretty soon with a lot of funny motivational content.
I'll be your first subscriber.
Yeah, a lot of things coming. Just we gotta make the time to do it.
Yeah, we're working on we'll say some branding and some planning and some content creation and stuff like that. So once we get to that point, it's gonna be good.
Oh, that's my husband that just came in. Hey, he's home for lunch. We're doing a podcast.
There he is.
So
basically, we're gonna do some branding, and then once we do that, we're gonna get consistent across all the platforms. And so you'll find us on all of the platforms. We just have to get we got to get some juggling time, up and going. We both work full-time jobs and own, different things.
Yeah, so Sundays and Mondays are my only 2 off days. So that's the day that we get a lot of stuff done.
Like this podcast.
Like this, exactly, like this podcast.
And I'm still telling you, you need a podcast, Jimmy.
I got to quit making excuses. I got to listen to my own advice.
And sometimes even the little snippets that you have, you can put them together and create a podcast.
Yeah.
I think that would be
if
great.
only I knew somebody that could help me with that, named Cindy Brainerd.
You see my setup.
You're right, Cindy.
And also the Unfiltered Studios, I'm sure they would
That's
love to have you on
Unfiltered Studios.
Unfiltered. No, that's the name of our
okay.
network.
See, I don't get out much, you guys.
Yeah, the network is called Unfiltered Studios that I'm with, and we would love to have a fitness. I don't think we have a fitness.
Well, that could be something that we dive into.
On there.
Yeah. He's the guru. He's the tech guy. He's the guy with all the brains. I'm just the guy with the bald head.
That's not true at all.
He was bald.
Well, Jimmy and Tommy, I am so glad to have you on my podcast today and talking about fitness and motivation. Is there anything else that you wanted to let everybody know, or
day one or one day? It's up to you guys. That's all I got to say.
I would love some feedback. So if you can, comment or send us some things. I would like to know maybe what your biggest challenges are that are stopping you from reaching your goals.
That's great, because then y'all can, look at those answers or the questions and answer some of those things.
I very much am a solution-based person. So, letting us know that, maybe we can help find a way to motivate you.
Yeah, I like it. Sometimes you got to think outside the box so you realize there is no box.
That's right. Well, I just wanted to thank y'all so much for coming on. And I'm going to have y'all on again because, it's just really motivational to listen to y'all talk. And, at Hypno Wellness, we're excited about motivation, mindset, all of that kind of stuff. So y'all fit the bill when you come on. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll be back.
All right. Thanks. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us continue bringing motivational and inspiring content to you. Until next time, stay motivated, rise and grind, and be well. And have a great day.